Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. This time something came across that I thought was really interesting. You know how I was talking about like there's no news going on? Well, this isn't exactly news, but this is rumor news. And this is rumor news that I think is really interesting to talk about. So we're going to break this down. We're going to talk about it. So I want to ask you guys, who do you think could play Reed Richards? We know they're going to do a Fantastic Four movie, right? Like, Kevin Feige already said, oh yeah, we're doing Fantastic Four. But who's going to play Reed Richards? There's a lot of different people out there that has many different fan casting. Who would have thought Will Smith might be one of the possibilities? Who would have thought that? Like, I didn't think that. Now I'm going to give you my thoughts on Will Smith possibly playing Reed Richards, but let's go ahead and look at this article right now and sort of break down what is being said. So here's the article I have pulled up, and the title is, Will Smith is being eyed to play in the Fantastic Four reboot. Now we're just going to scroll down where the article actually starts, and it says, the buzz around the new film is that Marvel wants to cast a person of color as Mr. Fantastic, and allegedly the man for the job is Will Smith, according to We Got This Covered. I'm not familiar with We Got This Covered, so I'm not going to really go into their sources. How do they know this? I don't know, because I don't know anything about them. So although nothing is set in stone, the idea of Mr. Fantastic being a person of color, the conversation is exciting for many black comic fans. Another possibility for the role is John Krasinski, who is not black, but the decision has not yet been made by Marvel. The official word on the plan and direction of the Fantastic Four are still up in the air, but according to We Got This Covered, apparently they got everything covered. At the Marvel Company retreat, movies like Phase 5 and others will be discussed and mapped out. They will also decide on who will play other characters in the films later. So let's go ahead and just talk about that right now. I was a massive Will Smith fan as a kid. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was like one of my favorite shows as a kid. I watched each episode a bajillion times, loved that show to death, and I was a massive fan of Will Smith when he first broke into movies like Men in Black, Independence Day. Those were the films that I really liked. But as he got, older in his career, and I started kind of realizing, the type of person he acts in real life, I was kind of turned off by Will Smith. I don't hate Will Smith by any means. I like Will Smith. I like Will Smith a lot. I went and saw Suicide Squad. He was a great Deadshot. I really wish he was coming back for Suicide Squad too. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Could Will Smith play a good Mr. Fantastic? I think so. And to think about it, if I'm going to be honest right now, if Marvel and Disney want to go the route of having someone of color play Mr. Fantastic, I can't think of anyone better than Will Smith. Will Smith kind of has that long, tall, lanky Mr. Fantastic look. And if you look at Will Smith, he's got the hairstyle, put a little bit of white on the side of his hair, and I think he can play a really good Mr. Fantastic. I really, really do. And to be honest with you, he wouldn't be my first choice, but then again, John Krasinski isn't my top choice either, even though I know a lot of fans really wanted to see him and Emily Blunt play Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. That's not my first choice. And I told everybody like a month or two ago that there's going to be a very strong possibility that they're going to take the Fantastic Four and they're going to put some diversity in that film. And diversity isn't a bad thing when it's handled right. As long as they just don't stop the movie and Will Smith go, I'm black. That's when it's like kind of crazy, right? That's been some of the stuff I kind of been talking about, with Terminator, where it's like everything is done and they're like, well, we're just three women that are badass. It's like you're stopping the movie to tell us this. Whereas, if Will Smith is just Mr. Fantastic, he Reed Richards, they don't really change much of the character. He's still a fucking genius. He's part of the Fantastic Four, and as long as he stretches, I don't care. I don't care. And another reason why I think this makes a lot of sense that people aren't talking about is Will Smith is part of the Disney family now. He was in Aladdin as the genie. He is in the family now. So there's a very good chance. And let's not forget, Aladdin made a shitload of money. Aladdin is Will Smith's highest grossing film. So to put him in Fantastic Four as Mr. Fantastic, I think is a brilliant idea. A brilliant idea. I think he could play a smart Reed Richards, and we know he has the humor, which Marvel likes to add humor. I'm sorry, I'm talking myself into this right now. I honestly am. I'm talking, and the thing is, I can't think of anyone else to play Mr. Fantastic right now. John Krasinski, I fine, whatever. If he's cast, okay, cool. But he's not like my top choice, even though I know the fans want it. So I'm cool with either. I'm cool with either. They can go unknown. They can get Will Smith. I mean, I'll see if Mr. Fantastic is getting jiggy with it. I don't know. Like, only time will tell. But I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about Will Smith possibly being odd for Mr. Fantastic? What do you guys think about this rumor? Do you believe we got this covered? Is correct in their sourcing, or do you think this is just a rumor and there's no weight to it at all? Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.